Hi, Ms. Reeves. This is our introduction to our final portfolio.
And we're going to be talking about ethos, logos, pathos.
How our freshman year went at A&M Corpus.
And we're going to bore you with how much we care about our sophomore year. Enjoy!
And how much we love you.
Oh, how much we love you!
So I think ethos is important because we have to use it every day when we're writing papers in English to make sure that our research papers are valid and that we actually can get our point across without using invalid sources that are going to make us not understand what we're talking about.
So what do I think of pathos? I think pathos is a way of showing emotion and interacting with the reader or whoever is reading your paper or whatever you're writing. But I think it's a way to interact with the audience and getting them to feel what you're feeling.
I think logos is important because without logos you won't have facts, and without facts your paper is strictly just based on your opinions of what you're doing your research on.
Kairos means the opportune moment, so it basically means when a moment in time appears, you're supposed to take it with full force in order to be successful.
So the other classes fit in with composition because the things that we learned in composition would go back to like other subjects we'd have. For example, in history, I would write an essay and I would be able to use what I learned in English, like such as like the rhetoric tools, and be able to use them in the other subjects.
So we use rhetoric in other classes, such as seminar, when we had to write our research proposals because we had to do a lot of background information on our topic. And for example, mine was ghost crabs, so the entire background information was built on facts that we had gotten from other sources. So we used logos a lot during our seminar classes for our research proposals.
This semester I did have common ideas with composition and with my political science class because I had to write an essay under my political ideology, and I had to include rhetoric, like an ethos, pathos, and logos in it.
How did I feel coming into college? Well, I felt pretty freaking confident, that's for sure, until I was introduced to a lot of stuff. I was introduced to these three little things called pathos, logos, ethos that I had no idea what they were. And then I was just like, oh my god, I'm going to fail. But then I had Miss Reeves who helped me through so much, and I thank the Lord for her because she is so awesome. And thank you so much, Miss Reeves, because without you, I probably wouldn't know anything right now. Thank you.
Going into my sophomore year, I feel really confident, and I really feel I want to go fast in my sophomore year because I want college to get over with and I want to start my life already.
So freshman year, the hardest thing to get used to was definitely having to cook for myself because, see, we're already ordering pizza because I don't know how to cook and I've never lived by myself before. So that was hard to get used to, the hardest. But also it was harder to push myself to study because, I mean, being at home, my mom would be pestering me, asking me if I had finished my homework, and I don't have that anymore. Well, she calls and asks, but she can't tell when I'm lying to her. So, yeah, that's what was hard.
So my favorite part of this year didn't happen until second semester when I got 100 on my biology test, and before that, the highest grade I'd ever gotten on a biology test was a 79. So that was probably the best moment for me because I actually had an A in biology for about 5 minutes before it dropped back down to a B, but that's okay.
This semester I didn't use Writing Center as much as I would have liked to I did go a couple of times as walk-ins, and it was helpful with my research paper and for APA formats, and I was grateful for that.
Did my views of writing and English change over the year? Not really, to be honest with you, but I like to write, but I don't like to be told what to write. I like writing. I've always loved to write, but I don't like to be forced to write, and that will never change.
Amen.
What aspects of your class will I take with me? I really liked the argument book. I thought it was a really good book to read in your class. I also like doing the blogs. It really helped try to understand every paragraph that you actually read. And just your teaching was absolutely amazing, Miss Reeves. It really was.
So I'm against living on campus because, living on campus myself, I really feel like they baby you. Like, you don't feel independent because, there's so many rules already. And I'm just against it. I don't like it. I hate living on campus.
I personally live at home, so I am still against living on campus, but I do have a lot of friends who live on campus, and I heard that it's just not something they recommend at all.
I actually like living on campus because it gives me an opportunity to go back to my room whenever I want and drop off stuff that I have extra with me. Like sometimes I have my lab coat with me and I don't want to carry that around all day, so I take it back to my room and I can take an hour-long nap if I want to without having to get in my car and drive back home.
Living on campus has its pros and cons. I like it because I get to roll out of bed in the morning like 5 minutes before class and go. But I hate it because, one, my room is haunted. I believe it. And yeah, it is. My suite mate even thinks so too. We don't have any freedom at all. I always forget my Islander card when I go out, so when I try to come back late, they're like, oh, you have to have all your information and your license plate number and all this stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be living off campus next semester, so hopefully it'll be better.
I live off campus, and I love living off campus. I just feel like living on campus would be full of rules and, no. Just no.
Thank you for watching. I'm Amanda.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Mary.
I'm Marissa.
And I'm Val. And remember,
We